Alright, hit the button. Video. Yeah, probably a response video to Pyrrho. Maybe I'll play his video. I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe I'll play the beginning and the end. The middle was kind of a waste because he, again, doesn't quote people. He just does his cheap paraphrases that are inaccurate. I'm thinking of playing the original Hannibal video again, the one that was a response to Pyrrho. I mean, Pyrrho is just so full of shit. You know, even this whole idea that somehow I butted in on a conversation is just bullshit. The fucknut was talking about antinatalism in the video. I mean, well, whatever. You're just wrong on so many levels. I mean, how many conversations have I had with other people where you've chimed in with your two irrelevant cents? So it's just such bullshit. It's bullshit. It's just so many levels. So anyway, this idiot, right, who they keep defending, Heavy Traffic, I says he's a senior grad student. I don't know. Where's the evidence of any of this shit? Yeah, nowhere. And he still claims to have titles he doesn't have. You don't call yourself anthropologist till you've got the degree. You don't say it before then. You want to call yourself a writer? Well, that you can get away with. You know, but most other things, yeah, you don't claim the authority till you have the authority. There's just a sign of being really unethical. Anyway, yeah, and I'd just like to see what a professor would think of that. Somebody who's calling himself something before he's graduated. I don't think too many professors want to graduate a student that had that kind of attitude. So anyway, now he's making claims here that are just... I mean, I don't know if any people are going to call him on this shit or not going to call him on this shit. I mean, somebody ought to just compile all this crap. Because he said things that are just stupid. I mean, let's go over the bonobo thing again. I mean, I did 5 minutes research. 5 fucking minutes. In that 5 minutes, I found out that the biggest distinction between bonobos and chimpanzees is that the females are the ones that leave the family group. And that hierarchy in bonobo society is essentially matriarchal. It's all decided basically by who your mama is. Alright, so if you're born to the king's family, I mean, if you're the brother of the alpha male, you're going to have a pretty easy ride to the top. Because your mama's going to make sure for you. She's going to pave the road for you. Now that's pretty fucking significant. Very fucking significant. Okay, I mean, females that leave is really rare. And you know, sons who stay with their mommy through their whole life is really rare. And for him not to point that out in this whole argument somewhere, to make a comment about that, yeah, I'd say it's pretty glaring that his research is Wikipedia thin. You know, he does a little research on the internet, reads some specific knowledge indexes, and then spouts. Then just regurgitates it on the internet. That's what he's doing here. All right, this isn't coming from him. It's coming from a game he's playing. You know, I'm smart on the internet game. And it doesn't have anything to do with really understanding the science, which gets to be quite apparent. The underlying principles, the underlying logic is broken. You can't really fix anything. He knows what a couple of parts are, and that's all he knows, though. And the rest of it, he has no concept of how the engine actually works. Something like that. He really doesn't understand evolution, that's for sure. Or natural selection. So anyway... yeah, and here's a comment. So this is on a totally unrelated video. I didn't watch the whole video. He's just being really obnoxious again. But this claim is just... it just smells like complete bullshit.
Like in sentencing laws, like in rape accusations. As I alluded to before, one of my professors who's worked in law enforcement for a long time,
what does that even mean? He's worked in law enforcement a long time. You can't be a little more specific than that? What is it, some kind of big, deep secret?
His experience found that almost 60%, maybe sometimes more,
maybe,
of allegations of rape
Okay.
are
Stop.
false.
Ah, we heard that, right?
But it does only take an allegation to ruin someone's life. There are
Now look how this is worded. This is a serious motherfucking accusation. And this is how sloppy he words something. Come on, YouTube. Well, it's not. It's probably the browser. I got way too many windows open.
Long time, in his experience, found that almost 60%, maybe sometimes more, of allegations of rape.
Now, nearly 60%, maybe sometimes more. How the fuck can you have more? I mean, realistically, you're talking about all of rape allegations. So right there, there's a huge logical disconnect. I can't say that 100%, like, all the boats I've seen have never sunk. Except maybe the ones I saw that did sink. I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense. You can't say 60%, maybe more. But anyway, even going beyond that, I mean, there either is more or it isn't. It either 60% or, but saying maybe is just stupid. But even, okay, so then now let's just take the accusation itself. What are you talking about? Fraudulent? They're fake accusations? You have proof? He had proof of that? And he was willing to say that to other people? I mean, it sounds like bullshit to me. Sounds like at best he might be able to argue that 60% are unprovable. That 60% of the claims of rapes can't be proven. That might be reasonable. But to say they're fake? That's a hell of an accusation, and if it was true that 60% of rape allegations were in fact fake, I'm sure in our male-dominated society we would get around to prosecuting all those lying women for perjury somewhere. And that even one of these males, you know, with their that have been so harmed by the accusation, might get around to going to a civil court and saying, I'm going to sue that bitch.
Are false. But it does only take an allegation to ruin someone's life. There are hundreds, thousands of people, maybe hundreds of thousands of people.
Okay, so hundreds of thousands. Man, you really got this nailed down, don't you? So, and this is what? This is bullshit is what this is. Why are you people paying attention to this fucking tub of crap? He's a tub of crap. It should be written right on his fucking forehead. Tub of crap. Don't eat it. Oh, fuck. Let's just go to the Pyrrho crap video, which was also a tub of crap. So here he says, just watch the first bit of this video. This is Heavy Traffic Ahead, who isn't that Chabich? I think it is. Is he still claiming that HB is lying about his status as a senior undergrad? And yeah, I think I am. I've noticed he said it several times recently, but there's no timestamp on the video, so I have no idea how recent his latest claim. Well, I don't know, timestamp on the video. I mean, you can sort of see which videos are made when. I don't think you need a timestamp to tell. Anyway, I mean, you know, just figure 3 a day or something. You can figure it out. Do the math. Alright, so anyway, let's just play some of this shit. I'll play the beginning and the end. I'm not going to do all 12 minutes. It's like I said, the middle is sort of irrelevant because he just, again, he's claiming people have said things they haven't fucking said. He constantly does these inaccurate paraphrases. They're just deliberate, weaselly distortions. You either quote somebody or don't. This is bullshit to be just making up these straw man arguments.
I'm trying to find the video. It's a few days.
Yeah, I'll try. I've heard of this shit before. Blah, 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 blah.
Meaning to reply to it. If I can find the video, if it's lost, then too late. So, first of all, Gary in this video, and it's sticking me, he's promising that all his videos to me will have the word idiot in the title. Pyrrho the idiot. Oh no. Seriously, this is like a threat in the video and in person stuff.
Yeah, it's like an exchange, okay? You give me shit, and then I'll give you shit. Yeah, so it's just going to be a formal, you know, Merry Christmas kind of, let's exchange gifts, okay? So you've given us the gift of Hannibal Barca's lies, manipulations, extortions, bullshit. This is a guy who made a video saying, take your video down. or else. Right? Did you make fun of that? Fun enough of that? I mean, how far can the fat ass go? Really? And it's all okay. It's all okay. It's all okay. You just keep saying it's all okay. Well, I'm saying it's not okay. Alright? The fucking fat fucktard is, in fact, an idiot. He is, in fact, the idiot. And deserves to be called a fucking idiot. He's a moron. He's an ignoramus. He's full of fucking shit. And he has no business pointing his fat little tubby shit-filled finger at anybody else and saying anything, because you can't judge anything. Yeah, he's preposterous. Alright, so that's enough. He goes for 3 minutes on this bullshit, then he makes up a whole bunch of crap in this middle part and misquotes people here, misquotes them there about what the argument was and how the argument was made. So again, I'm just going to go back to the original video I did, the video I responded to, and I'll respond to my own video response and just point out exactly what I did say and explain how everything I said in that video was perfectly reasonable. Ta-da! Okay, so we'll just play this end part.
I value survival, so I think everything. You know.
Oh, I'll go a little back further here. It gets quieter for some reason. He's louder in the beginning.
So I do agree with Hannibal. It's a major change done.
Let's go back here.
You know, if everybody was gone, the value, it wouldn't even pertain. So I'm sorry, that's just the way that it is.
Okay, here we go. We'll go back even further. Go back here.
Yeah.
Gotta be sure it's in there now.
And resource crisis and certain dominant minorities explain the rise in violence in the last couple millennia.
Yeah, well, couple of millennia. Again, what the fuck does that even... How can you even talk about human development over a couple of millennia? I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, talk about human beings from the time they control fire or something, which isn't Einstein, you know? I mean, it's just an ape that controls fire isn't much better than an ape that puts salt on its termites.
Yeah. I dissected it. Well, but my name's Amendum and I disagree with it, therefore I can't understand it.
Not a wise strategy.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I mean, this new strategy of yours, the little mocky thing, is, you know, it's really... You're not pulling it off very well. And it just makes you that much more distasteful.
Yes, I'm not a moral nihilist, but I do believe that the moral value of the welfare of your child that you hold does die with you. But see, that child...
It does die with you. Now, you're just missing the whole argument. It doesn't die with you. I mean, that's just so stupid. You're saying that it's just your perception, and there is no actual value, that your daughter actually is not a sentient being that needs care, that needs comfort. And she ceases to need comfort as soon as you're dead, then she ceases to need comfort. That's the argument. And it's impossible for anybody rational to make it.
Still lives, and so... It believes in its moral welfare, so it lives on that.
Well, that wasn't part of the equation, was it? It was what you value, not that it values itself. That's not the issue. We're not asking whether something has the obligation to value itself before it acquires substance. All it has to do is be in need of comfort to have value or meaning. And that the reason why you value it is because of its vulnerability, not because it loves itself. You don't love it because it loves itself. That would be idiotic. You don't care about it because it cares about itself. Nobody cares for somebody else because that thing cares for itself. Fucking bullshit.
And its other relatives and hopefully other people, especially if it's a decent person, still value it. So the value goes on. But yes, the value that one person holds does die off. And if, if everybody...
Yeah, again, this is just such a sloppy, incoherent, useless response to the issue. I mean, it just doesn't say anything. The argument Is the value merely your perception, or are you revealing value through your recognition of it? Are you just, is the value in the thing itself, and you're a reflection of the value? Your reaction, your concern, your care is a reflection of its reality. Okay? You're not creating its reality. You're not creating the reality of its need. Okay? You're merely reflecting it, which is the same as discovering, which is the same as revealing. Okay? That it's actually there as a truth, and you're finding it, you're discovering it, you're revealing it through your expression of I care. That's the argument, fucknut.
He's gone, and the value, it wouldn't even pertain. So I'm sorry, that's just the way that it is. I mean,
Oh, yeah, well, you can't say anything too arrogant on the internet, but I sure as fuck can, but that's just the way it is, man. Pyro says so. Over and out. 10-4, good buddies. Whatever, asshole.
we create the value as a judgment on what the material reality, which is beyond value, means to us.
So again, it's again, we create the value. So his daughter doesn't have any value until something creates it for her. That's basically what he's saying. Her welfare is not something of meaning and substance in and of itself without anybody else giving a fuck. I mean, it's just idiotic nonsense. It's logically ridiculous.
To the value, to what? To our survival.
Well, again, survival as a value seems, again, infantile, juvenile. It's like saying, the only good baseball team is the one that wins the World Series or something, or I don't know. It's just an arbitrary standard of value. It doesn't mean any Survival how? Under what circumstances? Under what conditions? You can survive anything. Humans can survive the Holocaust. Maybe the Jews won't, but the humans will. I mean, this is stupid.
You hate survival, so you think everything has a negative value. I value survival, so I think everything.
I don't give a fuck about survival. You want to survive all you want, survive all the fuck you want. I care about creating, doing experiments on tissue that will become sentient. That's what I care about.
And a positive value. So I do agree with Hannibal. It's a major change done in small steps.
Okay, well, it's okay for you to agree, okay? But the point is, Hannibal made it clear, okay? One of us has to be an idiot, and one of us has to be right. That was his argument, right? You either believe what he believes, or you believe what you believe, but you can't believe... The two arguments can't coexist without one being called idiotic, all right? So that's his standard. It's not my standard, it's his fucking standard. All right, so I'm just going to say that, no, I'm pretty sure, I'm 60% sure of my theory, okay? Yeah, I don't have absolute evidence. I just got 60% of it. And but you're going to force the issue, so you're going to have to be the idiot, fucknut. And no, okay, it was dramatic changes that took place in isolated populations. Consistent with Gould's theory on evolution, it was punctuated evolution. Maybe a troop of idiot servant monkeys that are responsible for our acquisition of language. And I'm talking about language, not vocalizations, because vocalizations aren't enough. They're just not. And you could teach a chimpanzee 100 words. You really could. They could make 100 different sounds, but 100 different sounds aren't going to be a language. They're not going to land on the moon with that. That's the argument I've made. The IQ of a human being 40,000 years ago was not substantially greater than the IQ of an orangutan. And you can pretend it was, but it wasn't. And the reason it wasn't is because the human being hadn't acquired language yet, not a full language. That's the difference. Not a functional language, not a expanding language. Maybe that's the right word. One that could grow, one that could model the universe.
We slowly evolved the elements of language. It was
Yeah, whatever. We slowly evolved. You don't have any evidence of that slow evolution of any of the elements of language. What is quite clear is we did not learn one new word every 100 years or something because our brain grew a new neuron to hold the one word. That's not how it happened. It's ludicrous, idiotic to suggest that we incrementally gained our IQ points. No, we acquired the ability, a subtle change in how the brain uses the resources is what changed humans, what changed monkey into man.
not a sudden and crazy thing. That's why you can see that apes can get a certain amount of language and other animals have communication systems that might as well be called language.
Well, they might as well not be, is the point. See, again, you're destroying the use of these words. A language has to be functional. A language has to be more than just words. It does have to be a modeling, and it does have to have that capacity to, it has to have the function of being able to define things. And that's, so you have to have enough words before you can start defining things, putting them in their place next to each other and relative to each other. And it takes vocabulary to do that. Ugh, fucking roof's leaking. Shit. It's unfortunate.
So I don't know what you hope to argue there. I think you don't really know. I think you were just trying to piss on Hannibal. And
well, I'd actually like to shit on him forever. Yeah, he'd be my. I'd like to get my. Maybe I will see if I can get a custom-made toilet with his fucking face at the bottom. Yeah, he's a piece of garbage. A fucking piece of fucking garbage. Alright, he's claiming an authority he doesn't have. He's manipulating you assholes into thinking he has a credibility he doesn't have. He's not earning it. Alright, that really pisses me off. I hate cheaters, and he's a fucking cheater. Alright, and he's dishonest. And that's another biggie for me. So, anyway.
As far as the actual ordering and structuring of that pissing and the insults and exactly what they were and why Hannibal might want to call you an idiot.
Yeah, well, I'll go back to that original video, alright, the one before he played that game. It's a 2-month-old video, jackass, alright, and he decided to play a game here, and that's all he was doing. He was losing the argument on antinatalism, and he was the one who wanted to go back and be a petty asshole. So he took a benign video on a subject I couldn't really give a rat's ass about and decided to play with that. So again, you got the motives all backwards here, shithead. Alright, he's the fucking troll looking for trouble.
And why when you tell him that his evidence is so crazy it proves he's not even a student and this kind of stuff, that he might want to call you an idiot for that. And say,
well, Pyrrho, again, if you're not going to get things in even close to the right order, fuck you, okay? Those accusations didn't take place till after he made those videos, shithead. Alright? I didn't bother looking at his earlier videos to see how full of shit he was. Okay, well, am I going to waste my time doing that? So I had no idea. I had no idea he was claiming to be anybody or somebody or anything. So all that doesn't work for you, Pyrrho, okay? I didn't call him an asshole until he started it, fucker. Where else do I want to go with this? I mean, look, there's more stuff. I mean, some guy even left me a comment talking about some little critter he talked about who just stands still, you know, as their defense, and how this is an example of this passive, altruistic way of life. And this little critter apparently has like razor blades for teeth, and like a Komodo dragon, it's got this vicious bacteria, and it'll kill you if it bites you. So yeah, it's about as passive as a Gila monster. I mean, come on. Of course, yeah, it doesn't have to be very aggressive, because I guess animals learn pretty fucking quick not to mess with the little fucker.
The one that doesn't know shit, because you didn't just present the alternate view of something. You said his was totally laughable and doesn't even exist. And meanwhile, I'm watching, I see what his argument is, and I see you going, it doesn't exist. That means you are blind, right? You can't see something.
Well, I'm sorry, you don't have a quote here. You don't got shit here, okay? Again, you just got more bullshit accusations. So go ahead, defend this fucking liar, defend his slanders, all right? Play that game the way you want to play it, and I'm perfectly satisfied. I mean, I have been wanting to be done with you for the longest time, and this is just going to make it so much easier. So yeah, drop dead, fucker.
I can see, and it's a problem with your vision. So yeah, really.
Yeah, well, at least I could figure out that my daughter has a welfare that extends past my existence. At least I could figure that much out.
I mean, the main thing would be, what are you thinking? Why do you think I would care? And do you think maybe that your low-watt internet...
I don't give a fuck whether you care. You're just not getting it, asshole. And if you don't care, I mean, if you really don't, you know, like you don't care if you're going to get associated with the word idiot, and that wouldn't bother you any, then what are you doing? Well, I mean, it should bother anybody who thinks they're talking about anything that means anything on the internet. Right? I mean, just as Hannibal's career, if his career meant something to him, he wouldn't be doing this reckless slop on the internet, would he? I mean, why would you be this sloppy, this reckless? These videos are going to exist forever now. Okay? I mean, he's going to have to live with them forever. Why would you do that if you gave a shit about this subject matter?
That fame has gone to your head, that I'm worried that what you put in your descriptions or title is going to somehow Google bomb me?
No, I'm just letting you know that, okay, maybe it doesn't bother you, okay? Maybe sincerely it doesn't bother you. Fine, I'm explaining to you that it does bother me. All right, when somebody attacks my credibility, it bothers me, and I'm glad that it bothers me. And I hope to die with it still bothering me, because it means something to me. My credibility means something to me. And when some fat fucking piece of shit decides he's going to play with it, that pisses me off. That's right.
Search for idiot, and that would bother me because the people coming to my video would think I might be an idiot. I mean, what? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't know why you don't think that's the way the internet works, but that's the way the internet works, okay? All somebody has to do is associate you with a word like Holocaust denier or something else, and people will come to your channel with that presumption. That's how it works, shithead.
I don't understand that. I'm not that way. If there's some automatic thing of just automatically, nobody on the earth, I don't want anybody to come. No, I don't think it's great when jerks, morons, and uneducated fools call me idiot and jerk and uneducated fool. I think it's funny and entertaining and appropriate and fitting. So...
Yeah, okay, like I said, fine, but that's really how you see the characterization, right? You don't understand, I guess, fully that if an anthropologist said it, how it might mean something. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, by all means, man. What are you thinking? Yeah. Well, so much for this for now.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you. Yeah, you know, try to quote, and, you know, quote fairly if it's possible. You know, you probably can't manage that much integrity. But, yeah, quotes would be nice. Asshole. Fuck you. And such. You miserable idiot. Yeah, you something, idiot. Idiot galore. Yeah, maybe that's... I'll come up with some appropriate idiot title.